So is the president undermining his own tariff strategy by waffling, as some have called it? Well, the stock market seems to think so. And it's not the only thing making investors think that these tariff plans might not actually hold up. The market has stopped plunging this past week after Washington announced two major retreats on its tariff plans within just a few days, on pausing the most aggressive import tax rates on dozens of trade partners for 90 days and excluding tech imports from tariffs. While Washington has promised it's temporary and new restrictions are coming for tech and medicine, nevertheless, Washington has demonstrated a threshold for pain, that a certain amount of stock market sell-off and fear is enough to challenge their resolve. So the market is now more comfortable expecting that these extreme tariff rates are only a negotiating tool. On top of that, the legal challenges are rising. Small business owners across imports, retail, manufacturing have filed a lawsuit together this week claiming the president doesn't have the power to impose these tariffs, with a pretty reasonable claim that while the president is using an Emergency Powers Act to justify his actions, these decades-old trade imbalances aren't an emergency, and that we're not in a literal or economic war with every nation on the planet, especially not the uninhabited ones, who also receive tariffs. So these negotiation blinks, these lawsuits are likely going to help prevent major market sell-offs for now, because the underlying economy isn't really yet in a crisis, and the sell-off is more anticipatory. But this uncertainty is still a major problem about how much costs will rise, when, and for what costs, which slows hiring, spending, investment, and growth plans. So until this clears up, it will be a challenge for business leaders to really dial up hiring or spending again.